Russell Findlay at question number 1.
Thank you, President Officer. John Swinney personally backed Sally Donald to become a new SNP member of the Scottish Parliament. At her glitzy campaign fundraiser, he gushed about her in glowing terms. Mr Swinney was at the top table, smiling. He was by her side. Now that was just 12 days ago. Yesterday, Sally Donald was forced to quit as the SNP candidate for Edinburgh Southern. So when exactly did John Swinney know that his star candidate was under investigation for benefits fraud?
First Minister.
President, I am going to do my level best to answer the questions that Russell Findlay has put to me, as I always do, but I'm also not going to talk about individual cases, because it is important that I respect the proper process that the Government has put in place to ensure that issues in relation to social security payments and potential fraud are dealt with properly. In relation to the specific question that Russell Findlay raises to me, I first became aware of these issues when the Government received a press inquiry about the subject in recent days.
Russell Findlay.
Thank you. John Swinney's star candidate used a crowdfunder to raise over £1,200 for her campaign. I mean, anyone
we're
who's
going
daft
to
enough to
hear
cash
Mr Findlay.
SNP,
We're going to hear Mr Findlay just now.
anyone who's daft enough to trust their cash to the SNP needs to give their heads a wobble. But, Presiding Officer, I'm more interested in taxpayers' money, because this case illustrates so much that's wrong with the SNP's benefit system. Thanks to the Scotsman newspaper, we know that Sally Donald may have claimed tens of thousands of pounds in ADP to which she was not entitled. I've repeatedly challenged John Swinney over the SNP's deliberate light-touch benefit system being wide open to abuse, but he is in denial. He told me, and I quote, "If there's evidence of fraud, these issues are already addressed by the systems that Social Security Scotland has in place." Does he stand by his claim that the system is strong enough to catch benefits cheats?
First Minister.
Yes, I stand by those comments because I believe that to be the case. And I can't be the only person that is surprised that Russell Findlay has not managed to make a connection between the fact that an investigation is being made which confirms the point that such activities are undertaken by Social Security Scotland, and the system is robust in that respect. So I think, by his own words, not for the first time, Russell Findlay destroys the arguments he puts to me in Parliament today.
Russell Findlay.
Well, here's a reality check for John Swinney. Last year, my party revealed that Social Security Scotland had referred just 29 cases of potential fraud to the Crown Office. And on the basis of fraud across the United Kingdom, that number should be in the thousands. And today we can reveal another shocking fact. Under the SNP's new benefit system, just three people have been convicted for fraud-related offences since 2022. Out of almost 1 million people claiming benefits in Scotland, just 3 people. Unbelievable. And on the basis of our evidence, does John Swinney agree that the SNP has effectively decriminalised benefit fraud in Scotland?
First Minister.
President Officer, I reiterate what I've said in my answer to Mr Findlay's second question, that the system is working because investigations take place where they are required and there is a robust assessment process in place. What, of course, this is cover for Mr Findlay is his desire to take benefits away from vulnerable people in our society. It's the fault line that's in the system that's here, that Russell Findlay and the Tories, with the restoration of the proper credentials of the nasty party of Scottish politics, are going after vulnerable people in our society. Well, my party's not going to do that.
Russell Findlay.
I remember the old John Swinney who preached about being respectful in here. Well, the mask has again slipped back to the angry old John Swinney, who resorts to silly smears. He still doesn't get it.
Let us hear one another.
He still doesn't get it. The party of gravy bus grifters and camper van capers. They mug their own members. They rob the taxpayers of Scotland. They've built a benefit system that shouts free money here. It is a charter for chancers. Every other party backs the SNP's out-of-control benefit spending. But the Scottish Conservatives will keep telling the truth. It's unaffordable, it's unfair and it's unsustainable. We've set out a sensible plan to tackle fraud and to reduce the £7 billion and rising benefits bill. Mr Swinney can posture all he wants, but surely he can now see that the benefits system is completely and utterly broken.
First Minister.
Presiding Officer, I'm always respectful in my engagement in Parliament. I just will not apologise for setting out some hard truths to the Tory party. And of course, I didn't conjure up the description of the Tory party as the nasty party. That was conjured up and stated openly by Theresa May, the former Conservative Prime Minister, who in a moment of self-reflection told the Conservatives what they need to hear. And of course, there's been a resumption of the nasty party under the leadership of Russell Findlay. Now, just one illustration of the characteristics of Mr Findlay's plan demonstrates that if his plan was implemented, there would be the restoration of the two-child limit on the Scottish Child Payment. And what that would do is consign more families and more children to poverty in this country. And one of my objectives as First Minister is to make sure we succeed in eradicating child poverty. We are already making significant progress where there is a reduction in child poverty in Scotland when it is rising in the rest of the United Kingdom. Next week, the Social Justice Secretary will set out to Parliament the next steps in tackling child poverty, and this government is going to succeed in its determination to eradicate child poverty and consign the Tory party to electoral history in Scotland.